So, so you see that we had been, for the last couple of sessions, and especially uh, we understand that how to realize the real self. And in that category, we how to define real self. So, defining real self means that we should be very clear that what is not real self. First thing. Second thing, what I witness here and now. And then we go to the definition of the real self so that knowledge is realized in us. Now, the most striking thing where people 99% fails that we do not recognize. And we need to contemplate a lot on that issue. So I cite an example. I'm unhappy with you. So I have a desire to be happy with you. So that desire is projecting happiness on me. For the next moment, I don't like you. So that liking enters into the mind, and that is your subtle ego. So you don't like me. Now let me leave this session. Leave it. Leave it. So do I focus on gaining the knowledge, or am I getting carried away by the mind who says, I like it or I dislike you? I like you, that's why I'm attending your session. No, that is also ego. I don't like you, hence I'm not attending your session. That is also the subtle ego. That needs to be contemplated. Does my mind is my mind focused on gaining the knowledge, realizing, discovering the peace and happiness? Do you like every part of your body? No. Still you keep it. That's how the life is moving. I don't want to go deeper into it, but you know where I'm pointing you. Do you like 100% your honey, your relations? No. Still you are living with them. I like you, I will listen to you, but I dislike you, I will not listen to you. So you are that subtle ego I have to recognize in my daily activities so that your mind is totally focused on the self discovery. You like my beard or not, it does not make any difference. My mind should be very clear what knowledge he is giving, how to realize that knowledge. You are focused. Otherwise, what will happen? That ego will sneak into the mind. I am dissatisfied. Ask questions why you are dissatisfied. Now, did I tell you that three parts of a definition? What I witness here and now, how my mind is working while you are listening to me. No, no, I like this, I don't know. Our master says that likes and dislikes, attachment and detachment is an unconscious, habitual, instinctive, impulsive movement. I have to keep it aside in order to reach to the final journey. Why we are together? That should be very clear. No one is greater, neither the teacher nor any student. Masters of the Eastern wisdom treat everyone equally, depending on your temperament. We are here to evolve, discover real self. We are here to unfold ourselves. We are not here to add likes and dislikes. We are here to examine how likes and dislikes creates a covering. Drop it for the awakening the intellect and defeat the mind. Pettiness of the habits, instinct. How long we are going to go with likes and dislikes? How many times you liked honey? Tell me, and how many times you disliked honey? What is the result? What is the outcome? We do not realize, and then the mind hijacks. That is how the mind hijacks, and we are then we say, okay, then let me do this practice and that practice, and I'm doing the practice inspired and by the Google, but the Google is not the right teacher to learn. So that is why we say the journey of the self inquiry must go with the discernment. Self inquiry with the intellect, with the right knowledge. If it is not happening, then you will find, oh, I've been attending this session for so long, nothing is happening. You're responsible. No, I'm saying I'm also partially responsible, but you are more responsible because the way the knowledge is given, it is not received by your mind. So, what is the solution? That is why I help you to recognize five defects. Do you remember? Five defects: obsession with the body, attachment and detachment, ego, and ignorance. What we should do, the righteous intellect. If I don't follow the righteous intellect in my daily, personal, professional, social, and family lives, what is going to happen? Every day the mind will gather a lot of likes and dislikes, and it will prevent. Dispassion intellect, directly attacking the likes and dislikes. Love intellect, I have to drop that ego at every moment in my life. Recognition of that, understanding. Oh, I hate this beer guy. Okay, get the knowledge. Continue hating. That will help you. But because of likes and dislikes, I react, it will not work. That is why we give lot of stress that we should become a seeker. Four powers of the intellect. I'm just repeating, and then we will power of faith. Do you remember? Power of decision, power to hold on to the choice, and power to control and regulate. What are the five remarkable things that takes place in the intellect? Now, what is happening when there is no likes and dislikes? There is no sense of ego. The real self becomes famous in the mind. You are more concerned about the real self. Ah, leave aside likes and dislikes. Let me learn, reach to that stage. Let me change my behavior and attitude outside, and that helps me to get a recognition. Intellect should shine. The greater the shining of the intellect by learning these principles, you have an emotional freedom instead of emotional dependence. And then recognition, glories I talked about, and the helpfulness, the ultimate. Now, what should I do when I reach the highest state? You need not to think about it. It will happen by itself. You set an example in your daily life. After all, we are going to meet people in my profession, in my society, in my family. So, what is going to happen? You are living in discernment. You are expressing in discernment and dispassion and kindness and helpfulness. You become a center of evolving others. So once we are clear about it, then let us go. Last time we discovered, we understood what is the real self is other than the three bodies. First is the physical, that is perceived by the sense organs. Second is the subtle body. So I coined a concept that I will take up in detail in later, in future, in the following sessions, that there is a material cause of the body. We all know it. Material cause. Our body came from the parents' physical body. But what is the efficient cause? Now, we can say, all the different elements composed makes a protoplasm. One unit of protoplasm is a cell. And ultimately, the cell makes the tissues. Tissues makes the organs, and organs makes the system. That is how this body is working. But ultimately, what is the ultimate cause of this body? Do you still remember I told you that, the cause of this body is matter. Cause of the matter is earth. Cause of the earth is water. Cause of the water is fire. Cause of the fire is air. Cause of the air is space. Cause of the air is space. And cause of the space is the mind. And cause of the mind is our subtle ego. That's how I recognize the space. When I say I know my body, I know the space, I know the water. You remember. So we go to the ultimate cause beyond the DNA or the RNA, physical cause. And we will talk in detail so that the things will become clear. What the efficient cause of the physical body is my past karma, past impressions. That we will understand in the following sessions. So now come to the subtle body, an introduction of the subtle body, and remember and just become aware. Simple way to understand that subtle body means that I cannot see through my sense organs. Physical, I can see directly through my sense organs. So we will follow the same thing. What is the material cause of this subtle body? How many elements, how many factors that consist of the subtle body? What is the material cause? What is the efficient cause? And how it works. What is the subtle body? What is the subtle body? So the master explains, every master, for the last 10,000 years. So it says this subtle body consists of 5 sense organs. Now you will say, but sense organ, no, this is physical. The faculty of seeing is deeper inside. It is subtle. Are you getting it? Faculty of hearing is subtle. Sometimes you see the blind people, oh, their eyes look so good. Eyes look so bright. And still they are not able to see. That is what we are talking in the subtle body. In the subtle body, we have 5 sense organs, we have 5 motor organs, we have 5 types of energy. So in modern biology, modern physiology, we see different physiological functions. So all the physiological functions are grouped into 5 functions. So 15, and then the 5 elements, 5 sense organ, 5 motor organs, and then we have mind and intellect. 17, and then we have these 17. Let us take it only 17 in the beginning. So subtle body. So the subtle body is made up of 5 subtle elements. 5 sense organs. The faculty that perceives, the faculties that acts are the 5 motor organs. 5 motor organs, 5 sense organs, 5 elements, 15, plus mind and the intellect. 17 things all together is known as the subtle body. What is the material cause of the body? The material cause of this subtle body is five subtle elements. Well, so just keep hold on to that journey, and then we will understand that what are exactly these five elements when we say the earth. So anything that is solid, that solidifies, that is what we claim as earth element. Bone, bone inside, anything that is that grossifies, that becomes like a solid, hard. Anything that is liquid has to do with the water element. We already know. Enzymes, uh, enzymes and blood, like this. So hold on to that understanding as we go deeper. And the efficient cause of this subtle body is also my past impressions. So how these past impression works, what are these past impressions, from where they come, that we will understand as we progress. So now see, the subtle body is the source of skills, talents, huh? Talents, madness, craziness, and also good and bad things. My physical body, this hand, does not contain a hatred and love. It is in the subtle body. Do you see? Huh? It's a wonderful understanding. So my hate, my love, my likes and dislikes, my skill set. By looking at your physical body, I don't know how many of you can drive. So that skill set lies in the subtle body. So that subtle body is an aggregate. Five subtle elements, five sense organs, because first I have five sense organs, five instruments of knowledge by which I gain the skill set. But how do I demonstrate those five skill sets? By the five motor organs. At present, as I'm expressing the skill sets of a teacher by speaking, by using the motor organs. Do you see that? So when we raise our awareness of these 17 elements that constitutes the subtle body, our all attachment and ego, they start dropping and dissolving. Do you still remember? What is not real self? That is what we are covering. In the first category, we have three bodies: physical, subtle. So we are taking care of the subtle body. The subtle body redefines now. This subtle body can be changed. That is what I have been talking about. Mind is nothing but behavior attitude guided by the instinct, impulse, and habit. Intellect is guided by the knowledge. Huh? So if I get the knowledge, my mind leaves those instinctive habit that is expressed in action or in my habit, in my thought. Any experience, good, bad, high, low, takes place in this subtle body. So in the beginning, I used to say that all experiences takes place in the mind, but all experiences takes place in the subtle body. Five sense organ also participate, five subtle element participate, five motor organ participate. Is it going inside? Just become aware. You are looking at me. So it's not the physical eye, it is behind that eye. There is a faculty of the vision associated with the mind and the intellect working together helps me recognize here is a Sam, here is a Ashok, here is a David. Do you see that? By this, we are making our mind subtler and subtler so that this mind says, here is the real self. This subtle body. By birth, now you can say by birth, comes with different talents, intelligence, brilliance, aura, magnetism, skills, aptitude, temperament. Now you cannot show the hand, I have a magnetism. No, it doesn't work. It belongs to the subtle body. Huh? You see that? It belongs to the subtle body. And that has some bearing on the past karma, the past impressions that we are going to understand. So at present, we just become aware of where are the five. You see that five sense organs. When I'm speaking, how do you confirm that I'm speaking to you? Eyes, vision, listening. Eyes are looking at the movement of the lips. So everything is happening inside. Do you see that? Can you become aware of that everything is happening inside? Likes and dislikes is happening inside in the subtle body. Hate and the love is happening inside the body. Talent also happens inside. Intelligence, brilliance, aura, magnetism, I know the skills, aptitude, temperament. So here we can experience the three qualities of the subtle body. I'm adding so many things. Why you are adding so many things? Five sense organs, five elements, five motor organs, mind and intellect. They all are governed by the three qualities. One quality is focused on the knowledge. The other quality is focused on the activity that is known as Rajoguna. That activity causes likes and dislikes unconsciously, habitually, instinctively. And there is a third quality, I'm using the word. Third quality present in all the 17 factors of the subtle body that opposes the knowledge. It goes against. It has a violence character, laziness, and extreme, which is known as tamoguna. Why I'm saying so? Simple factor. You wake up in the morning. You are upset. It is caused by the second quality of activity. I must recognize mind. Where are you going? Why you're upset? Nothing happened to you. I must become aware. You wake up in the morning, you're totally fresh. Huh? You see that your sleep score is 80%. Oh, that is knowledge part. Can I live into that knowledge part all the time? What will happen? You bypass the ego. You bypass all of the likes and this. No, I'm only concerned about the knowledge. You give me the knowledge. What you are, that's your problem. Sometimes you even, as a seeker, you say, oh no, I know that, I feel insulted, but still I get a knowledge. So that insult comes from the tamasic guna, the third quality. I did not. I never do it. But if you feel it, it's your interpretation that comes from these three gunas. Hey, Vaibhav, I'm smiling and saying, Vaibhav, you are crazy. So Vaibhav doesn't feel bad. Do you see that? And when I'm so serious, you are crazy. See the play of these three gunas. Do you see that? You open your eyes, little more as if you are angry, you make a sad face, and then you say someone crazy. Reaction takes place by these 17 elements. And no, you seem to be crazy. You say it softly and gently, it doesn't allow the other person to react. You might have done many a times. Do you see that? So we are answering the questions, we are not stopping once I say I dislike you, so I'm not going to join you. No, I want to know why my mind dislikes and what is my goal. Huh? Did you get it? My focus is what is my goal. So when my focus is what is my goal, my mind is focused on the knowledge. The intellect is not allowing the mind to be instinctive, impulsive. Did you get it? No? Remember the phrase when I say, so many times people say I'm crazy. I say I'm more crazy than you think. Do you remember the phrase I use many a times? See that. So you're subtle, you have to evolve the subtle body in such a manner that no situation outside can dictate you. That is known as the process of evolution. That will help us awaken, and it can only happen as we follow the path of this self discovery. Did you get it? No, even if you don't understand, I'm already sending you the recording. Your mind might have gone somewhere, so no problem. No problem. You can listen to it again. One thing that once I become aware, I'm not going into the five subtle elements, I'm only going into the five organs of perception, means five sense organs, and the five motor organs. They go together with mind and intellect. Last thing, and then we will do the practice. I had been with one of another great master whose name is UG Krishnamurti. You can Google out UG Krishnamurti for about 3 months. One of great master, enlightened master. He was very direct and forthwith. I'm just citing an example to make you understand. So I used to ask a crazy question: Are you enlightened? Don't ask me. This is a stupid question. He used to tell us. He was very straight and blunt. He said, "Why you are asking me this question? That will create a desire in the mind, and that desire will project the awakened state outside, and you will fall back into the delusion." One thing. So I said, how should I ask another question? I said, Yuji, do you see the fan is moving? Yes. So at that time, the fan was making a very hard noise. The Yuji said, yes. I love that Great Master Yuji. So I said, but I asked Yuji, how do you see the fan moving and the noise coming from the fan? His answer was very soft, gentle, and straight. He said that something consciousness here separates the movement of the fan with the noise. Did you get it? His consciousness separated consciousness going through the mind, recognize the sound separately, consciousness going through the mind, recognize the movement separately. I believe you get it. Even if you don't get it, you have to think of it. And it blew my mind. So, whoa, what a what a state of a consciousness, what a state of the mind you have. So if you are able to separate, you reach to that state, there is no attachment and detachment. I'm concluding that. You look at your honey, looking is one thing, but the mind is fully aware of the impressions that you have gathered about the honey inside. Separate. Honey is separate. Are you getting it? Oh, that mind can never go into stress, likes, dislikes, hates, pain, and pleasure. You can add hot and cold, pain and pleasure, likes and dislikes, attachment and detachment. That is absent. So it's all the craziness, unconscious movement of these 17 elements of the subtle body makes me stressed and can make me happy. Well, we will learn a little more deeper about this subtle body in our next session. So let us start. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.